Hey guys, I hope that you guys are doing amazing wherever you are in the world. My name is Boom Shikha, as always, and I'm so grateful that you guys are listening and watching and subscribing to my channel. I really appreciate it. In this video, I wanted to speak to you guys about a pet peeve of ours. Perhaps it's only me, although I don't think so. I've talked to a couple of INFJs and they said that they have the same kind of pet peeve as me. And the one that I'm talking about is the fact that we do not like people who need to be spoon-fed everything. Especially in this age, I really find it really terrifying that we live in a world where people need to be spoon-fed things when they can just open up a computer or have a phone on their hands and go to the internet and find everything that they need on a particular subject matter in a matter of a few milliseconds, not even seconds, milliseconds, and you have the entire universe at your disposal. I just don't get it in this day and age where someone can want to be spoon-fed when there's all this information out there for you to just grab. You don't even have to ask anyone. You don't have to ask for permission. You don't have to ask anyone to give you anything. You just go online and get it. Now, of course, I'm speaking about the developed world, perhaps, where everyone has internet connections in the form of perhaps a phone or a laptop. Maybe I'm being a little bit discriminatory over here. But, I've traveled to India. I've traveled to all parts of Asia. I've traveled to a lot of different countries in the world, and I've seen a lot of developing countries have the same kind of resources. Every one of those people, almost every one of those people, had a phone, and they had internet at their disposal. They had the capacity to open up a phone, almost all of them, and look online and find something if they needed to. So really, I feel like there is no excuse anymore for anyone to say, well, I don't know how to do something. If you don't know how to do something, go online and find it. I find it really difficult to be around people like that. Actually, I really find it, I can't do it. I just can't do it. I really tried. I mean, I try because there's a lot of people that I'm surrounded by sometimes because of the kind of work that I do that are in that kind of situation where they play the victim role and they're like, no, I can't do it. I don't know how to do it. I can't figure it out. Help me. And because I'm very technically inclined, I guess, I'm a big tech head. I am a big geek. I mean, I can figure out anything related to technology. Just give me a few seconds and I'll figure it out and I'll be able to help. And so I've kind of become like the tech person that everyone comes to, which is so odd to me even to say this out loud. But anyway, so I've become that person where people come to me and they're like, can you help me with this? Can you help me with that? And I'm thinking to myself, what I'm going to do is exactly what you could do. What I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out what you need help with and then go online and then ask Google for it. And someone on the internet has probably had the same issue and they will tell me how to fix it, right? It takes a little bit of effort, perhaps a little bit of intelligence, perhaps a little bit of persistence, perhaps a little bit of gumption. I don't know what it is, but there is a little bit of something required for that, but it's not something that's really specific to me or something specific to some person. Anyone can develop that skill of going online and figuring out how to fix something or how to do something, right? I know I've given this example before, but I love the example where I read that this mother of 4 or 5 kids, she'd just gotten divorced or she just lost her husband or something, and she needed to build a house because otherwise they were going to be homeless, or they were already homeless. And what she did, brilliant woman that she is, she went online and she YouTubed it all. So she went on YouTube and she figured out how to build a house, how to do plumbing, how to do electricity, everything, and she built a house for her family. Now, I don't know what the specifications are or all the technicalities of building a house. I'm not an architect or even a mechanic or electrician or anything like that. So perhaps I don't know how well she did it, but she did it. She went online and she did it. She found the way and she built a house for her family because there's a need for it. Now, I'm sure there are people who would be willing to help her, and I'm sure once the story went online, I'm sure so many people went and helped her with the details of it. But that's gumption. That's like grit. That's something inside of her that said, all right, fine, if no one else is going to do it, I'm going to do it. And I'm going to use YouTube for it. I mean, come on. It's not even that she paid for those services. She just went online, found some free videos on how to build some random things, and she built a house. Whenever I think of that, I want to send this story to every single person who asks me to do something really stupid that can be found online. And I know I'm probably kind of ranting a little bit right now, but really, how clueless do you have to be? How lazy do you have to be? I think it's laziness that really, really, really irks me, because it's not that they're dumb in any way. They have the brain cells for it. It's not that they don't have the fingers to do it or to go online. They have the limbs needed for the specific item. They have eyes so they can read. They have an internet connection so they can go online, because that's how I'm talking to them. And so what is missing is just something internal that's saying, no, I can't do this. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to spend any effort on it. I'm not even going to try. I'm not even going to go look into it. I'm not even going to bother with it. I'm just going to ask someone else to do it for me. And the reason that really irks me is that even if you tried a little bit, that would be in itself a good thing. Even if you just went online or went somewhere, asked a few questions, tried a little bit, showed a little bit of effort, and then if it didn't work out, then I'd be more than happy to help you out. And I mean, I'm saying that from a perspective where I'm thinking that perhaps I can help them out. If you've already gone online and checked it and you weren't able to do it, then probably there's a big chance that I wouldn't be able to do it either, right? But if you've tried a little bit and if you've just made a little bit of effort, I am the happiest person on the planet to help you out. I will do it because you tried, because you went online and you showed a little bit of effort. Even if you say, you know what, I went here and I looked at it and it looked like I could do this and I tried it, it didn't work. Even if you just done something simple like that, I'd be like, all right, cool. All right, at least you put in a little bit of effort. Awesome. 10 points for that, like 5 stars. Let's go. And then I'm more than willing to help. But if you haven't even put in that minimal of effort, and obviously I don't know what it is, if it's laziness of the brain or lack of self-discipline, or if it's just that people just want to be spoon-fed. There's a mentality of being given everything. You have to be given everything. You don't have to do anything on your own. It's called an entitlement mentality, I think. A lot of people use that word a lot. I don't know if I really agree with it. But I feel like there is a certain tendency in certain people to just feel like they should be given everything. Why should they have to work for it? If someone else is going to do all the work, why should I do the work, right? I mean, I guess it does make kind of sense, and a lot of those people are doing really well. So it's a good strategy, perhaps. Perhaps we should try it. I just could not do it myself. I just know that I would despise myself for the rest of my life. I would not be able to respect myself if I was not even putting a little bit of effort into something, if I wasn't even trying. Now, there are certain things that I know I'm absolutely horrendous at, and I know that I've done it a billion times before, and I've tried it, and I know I'm horrendous at it. One of those things is putting together IKEA furniture. I don't know what it is. I'm not kinesthetically inclined, I guess. I have no idea. I look at those boxes and all those pictures and diagrams, and I think to myself, that's Greek to me. I have no idea what they're talking about. Even if the diagrams are the most easiest things in the world, and I'm telling you, IKEA makes it as easy as possible. So really, I have no excuse. But I look at them and my brain just shuts down. Like, my brain shuts down. I think to myself, oh my God, I don't know what I'm doing here. And I go into panic mode. Thankfully, my sister Zion TJ, she's brilliant at that stuff. I mean, seriously brilliant. She'll just look at it, and as if something computes in her head, she'll instantly know what to do. And I think to myself, oh my God. So I'll be there as like a helper. I'll be standing there and I'll put things together and I'll hold things while she smashes things together and builds things. Whereas she loves that kind of stuff. It invigorates her. For me, it drains me. I don't like it. I just even the thought of it makes me want to cry. And so I don't do that kind of stuff. Like, I'd rather buy something from Kijiji or some used material rather than go to IKEA, because it's such a pain to put it together. For me, at least, right? Now, of course, there are people out there who love that kind of stuff, and so, I'll usually go to them and be like, can you help me? I'll buy you pizza or something. So in that regard, I understand. Perhaps some people look at me and they're like, oh my God, but that's so easy. How can you not do it? And I'm sure some of you guys thinking that IKEA stuff is so easy to put together. I know it is. And so perhaps maybe that's the case, which is where, I've tried it a couple of times in the past and it didn't work for me. And perhaps that's the reason I'm like, oh, I can never do this again. But again, there's a difference in the mentality, because even now when I look at IKEA stuff and I'm like, oh my God, I can't do it, I'll still try at least once or twice. I'll still look at the diagrams. I'll still put in a modicum of effort. I'll look at it and be like, okay, all right, we can do this. We can can try at least for 10 minutes, at least for 20 minutes. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to try this thing, right? Now, of course, I'm not very good at it, and so I'll try it a little bit, and it works a little bit, but I know that if I hired someone else or if I had a friend who's better at it, they would be able to do it much, much better. right? And so I understand there's a difference in skill levels, there's a difference in the way people's brains works, there's a difference in a lot of different things. And so that's why this pet peeve of mine, I try to keep it hidden as much as possible. But there is definitely an idea in a lot of people's minds, at least the people that I meet, that, you know, she's good at this, she's very technical, so let her just give it to her, she'll take care of it, I don't want to have to bother, right? And that is what really irks me. I at least try a little bit before you give me the job. I don't mind doing the job if it's something that you really can't do, but at least try a little bit. Try on your end, especially in this world that we live in, this abundantly knowledgeable world where there's so much information online, there's so many groups online, so many forums online that you can go to ask questions. At least in this world, try a little bit before you give up, all right? I hope this makes sense to you guys. I hope that I was able to explain myself to you guys. It's really important that you understand that this is just a rant. It's just my own pet peeve. Perhaps you guys don't have this tendency. Perhaps you do. I'd love to hear from you guys. And if you guys have any suggestions for videos for the future, let me know as well. I'm always looking to do videos on different topics that interest you guys rather than just stuff that interests me. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.